This is the Vitamix FC-50 Food Cycler, and here are some of my thoughts, tips, and a quick review after using this machine for just about 3 years. You put your leftover food scraps and your leftover coffee grounds in the canister. What it does is when you press the button is it dries it with some heat, goes around in circles and dries it out, and then it grinds it up. Then you get this awesome pulp that you can put right into your soil. I don't personally add any bones. It says not to add bones in the manual because it won't grind them up. I also don't add large chunks of fat, and I don't add eggshells because I found that if there's enough egg left inside the eggshell that it can kind of dry out and be hard for it to grind up. So I avoid putting eggshells, but everything else goes in here. We run it 3 times a week, probably almost every other day, depending on how much we're cooking. And it takes about 4 to 6 hours to run, but I always run it overnight. I leave this in the garage. There's still a slight smell. It's not a bad smell, but I will smell something when it's running, especially if there's a lot of citrus peels in there. They seem to be a little bit more fragrant than other things. Some things don't smell at all. It has charcoal filters in it that you can replace as often as it says to. I personally don't really change them out because I leave it in the garage. I don't really care if it smells a little bit. With the canister, you can also leave this on your counter and fill it up. It has charcoal filters, which you can replace. I leave this by the back door and just kind of dump smaller canisters in there to just kind of keep it cleaner in the kitchen. Once it processes all the food, you get this really nice, dry kind of pulp that you can just add right to your garden and your plants, and it's got like a plant food. It's not actual compost yet because it hasn't been broken down by microorganisms, but it's so much further along, and you'll be so surprised when you fill this up how little is left of the food. It keeps us having to take the trash out very frequently. It's like once a week we take the kitchen trash out now that we have this. This is really kind of life-changing device, really. It's definitely a premium product, but it makes a huge difference, and we're not throwing food scraps away. They're actually going right back into the garden, which is awesome. And I totally love this machine. After 3 years, those are my thoughts. I highly recommend the Vitamix Food Cycler, and I hope this was helpful for you.